You cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. नमस्कार फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू हेडलाइंस ऑफ द डे। इस वीडियो में हम फोकस करेंगे इंडियन एक्सप्रेस के ऊपर और आज की हमारी पहली इंपॉर्टेंट हेडलाइन है एट G20 फाइनेंस मीट मोदी कॉल्स फॉर स्टेबिलिटी यूक्रेन टेंशंस फ्लेयर। इट इज अवेलेबल ऑन पेज नंबर 1 and ये related paper to international relations से। In this article we have to know what are the outcomes and objectives of first G20 finance ministers and central bank governors meeting। तो फ्रेंड्स, at the first G20 finance ministers and central bank governors meeting under India's G20 presidency, government invited delegates to discuss key financial stability and regulatory priorities and policy approaches for leveraging digital public infrastructure to advance financial inclusion and productivity gains for the G20 and beyond. And Prime Minister of India also called upon the custodians of leading economies and monetary systems of the world to bring back stability, confidence and growth to the global economy, right? Our next important headline is at United Nations General Assembly, India abstains from vote on Ukraine, calls for talks. It is available on page number 8 and ये related a paper to international relations से। In this article, we have to know what are the key highlights of the draft resolution of the United Nations in context of Ukraine and what's the stand of India. So friends, recently India and China abstained from voting on a United Nations General Assembly resolution that called for comprehensive, just and lasting peace in Ukraine at the earliest in line with principles of the UN Charter, right? Our next important headline is privilege of MPs for freedom of speech not unqualified. Dhankar. It is available on page number 8 and ये related a paper to polity and governance से। In this article we have to know what is parliamentary privilege, what is a breach of privilege and what is the punishment in case of breach of privilege or contempt of house. So friends, parliamentary privilege refers to the rights and immunities enjoyed by parliament as an institution and MPs in their individual capacity without which they cannot discharge their functions as entrusted upon them by the Constitution. And Article 105 of the Indian Constitution confers on members freedom of speech in the House and immunity from interference by the court for anything said in the house, right? Our next important headline is slow path to peace. It is available on page number 12 and ये related to paper 3 internal security से। In this article we have to know about the government's proposal to withdraw the Indian army completely from the Kashmir Valley hinterland, rationale behind the move, repercussions and way ahead. So friends, Union government is discussing a proposal to withdraw the Indian army completely from the valley hinterland and if approved, army will have presence only on the line of control. Now what's the rationale behind the move? So friends, reason for this move is the reduced level of violence in Jammu and Kashmir since August 2019 decisions. And government has been claiming that normalcy is returning to Kashmir and now wishes to make it visible by reducing the presence of Indian army in the hinterland. And it has been highlighted in this article that army could be withdrawn in a phased manner, starting with a few districts in Kashmir, with responsibility for counter-terror operations being handed over to the Central Reserve Police Force and Jammu and Kashmir Police, right? Baki further points you can go through this article. Our next and last important headline is Section 153A, its use and misuse. It is available on page number 16 and ये related a paper to polity and governance से। In this article we have to know about the section 153A of the Indian Penal Code, its relevance, issues and way ahead. So friends, section 153A of the Indian Penal Code penalizes promoting enmity between different groups on grounds of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, etc. and doing acts prejudicial to maintenance of harmony. This is punishable with imprisonment up to 3 years or with fine or with both, and the provision was enacted in 1898 and it was not in the original penal code, right? So friends, आज के लिए इतना ही. Thanks for listening. For regular updates you can follow us on various social media platforms.